We're just talking about bidets.
Your favorite subject.
My favorite subject. We're making a video. Bidet, baby, all day. Spraying butts all day. It's all I do. Do you use the bidet?
Yeah. Do you?
Of course. Toilet paper. People look at this toilet paper as a necessity. Toilet paper. And so what I want to give you today is an alternative. Howdy. Mr. Kraft here with a fresh video for you. Today, we're talking about something a little different, a little taboo, and that would be toilet paper or its alternatives. And so today we're going to be talking about a comprehensive but very simple system that I've put together over the past few years that has allowed me to eliminate using toilet paper in my life almost completely, and I'd love to share it with you. So a little bit of background. I was a study abroad student in 2004 in Tokyo, Japan, and my host mother, Hisa, had so many things that she introduced me to that changed my life. And one of the small and simple things that stuck with me was that in Japan, a very common element that you see in the bathroom is a washlet. Some cultures might call it a bidet. Basically, this tool has fresh water that would be the same water that fills up the tank, and it's used to clean your undercarriage after you've gone to the bathroom. Poop, spray, shake, wipe, bin. That's it. Using the toilet without toilet paper. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Back in the day, people would use whatever materials they had on hand locally after they defecated. And so that could be newspaper, or it could be corn cobs, or it could be rolled up dried grass, or maybe it was the Sears Roebuck catalog in the United States. That was a really common thing that people are using until they transitioned to using an industrially manufactured product that now comes from recycled paper or sometimes wood pulp from trees. Toilet paper. So we're manufacturing this product. Toilet paper takes an enormous amount of energy and water and chemicals and fuel for transport and packaging, and there's marketing and advertising and a massive industry surrounding just this one product, toilet paper. Toilet paper. And recently, after the sort of panic that erupted when people thought that there would be shortages of toilet paper, they all ran to the stores and people freaked out and bought so much that there was, in fact, a shortage for many people. And people look at this toilet paper as a necessity. And so what I want to give you today is an alternative that you could use in an emergency preparedness situation so that you have an alternative to toilet paper, or to build something into your life and your routine that would allow you to eliminate toilet paper that I also think is more environmentally responsible, it's more hygienic, and it's more comfortable. In fact, this system, I would say, is a luxury. We're gonna get inside and we're gonna show you what this actually looks like. I'm gonna show you how to install one in your own toilet. I'm gonna show you the system in my own house and what it looks like and what I've come to find works for me. All of these solutions are just ideas, and you can take them and maybe bring a piece into your own life, apply it, try it, modify it, keep it, throw it away. It's up to you, and hopefully it can brighten up your life and give you the pleasure and enjoyment that it has brought me. So thanks, and let's get into it. So what we have here is everything needed to install the bidet. It's really easy. This is the bidet in the box. It's brand new. I'm going to open this up and walk you through what all the parts are. And you don't need many tools at all. We have a flathead screwdriver, an adjustable wrench, and a towel in case there's any water that spills. And there's really not much to it, and it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to install. We're going to go through the installation. First, we're going to go into the box. I'm going to show you what we got, and we'll start there. This is actually the magic. This is the bidet. And basically, this is going to get sandwiched in between the toilet and the toilet seat. There's a knob here to adjust the amount of water pressure. And we're going to feed fresh water into it that comes from your plumbing. So it's fresh water. Somebody actually asked me, is it spraying water out of the toilet? The answer is no. You're going to get fresh water. The same stuff that comes to fill the toilet is split to spray water from the bidet. This kit includes a hose that's going to connect to the bidet, and most importantly, a T-valve that's going to split the water coming in from the wall to go both to your bidet and to fill the toilet tank. So, one of the first steps is to take the valve here that lets water flow from the plumbing and into the toilet tank. We're going to rotate that righty-tighty until it's pretty tight. What we're doing there is we're going to stop water from coming through this tube to fill the toilet. Now we need to flush the toilet. At this point, we're hoping that there's not much water left in here. Reason being, we're going to disconnect this plumbing that connects the toilet tank. Now, depending on the situation, this could be so tight that you need a wrench to do it. I might be able to do it with my hand. Let's see. Yep, hand tight. So I'm unthreading this. This is the feed that we're going to use both for the bidet and for the toilet tank. So, first part in our kit that we need is this T-valve. The T-valve is going to take the water that comes up out of the wall. This is going to go right back into the toilet tank, and out of here is going to come the cable that connects to the bidet. So, you might need Teflon tape if you're getting leaks, and they include this in the box. You'd wrap Teflon tape around the threads, and that would reduce any leakage of water. I found that the components are generally high quality enough that I don't need it, but Teflon tape could be your friend. I'm going to screw this back onto the toilet. So now I'm going to connect the plumbing from the wall to this T. It's hard with one hand. A little awkward. All right. And finally, this came in the kit as well. So this is going to be how we feed the bidet. So I'm going to screw this on to the last part of the T. And these are all different sizes. You can't get it wrong. There's no way to actually do this wrong, which is pretty handy. So now these are all fairly tight. The next step is we actually need to put the bidet in between the seat and the toilet bowl. We're going to take off the toilet seat. You don't want to lose these parts. They're going to be your friends. There are included a couple of different pieces that allow you to adjust for different sizes of toilets. And this is where the transformation happens. Basically, you're making a little sandwich, like so. Now we've got the toilet seat fairly flush with the toilet, which is good. Insert these bolts. And this is also where the screwdriver can come in handy. Toilet seat is in place. The last thing we need to do is connect this tube onto the bidet. Your results may vary. You might need Teflon tape to make sure that there are no leaks. We're gonna try this. We've got a towel down below if there is any spillage. So, here we go. Now we open the valve and we're going to visually inspect and see if we have any leaks. You can hear that the toilet is filling up with water. I'm looking, I can touch, I can feel, see if there's any liquid coming out. No leaks. We're done. That's it. Project's over. When you open up your toilet, this is what it looks like. This is a nozzle guard gate. This is here basically to keep the nozzle clean, and when you're cleaning your toilet, it's a good idea to open this up and clean inside. Now the way that this actually works is the water comes into the bidet here, we turn it on with the nozzle, that water flows down, and just the water pressure alone forces this part downwards. And when this comes down, the flow of water begins and sprays upwards to clean you. So it's just water pressure that causes this to come down. It's really, really simple. And when you turn this off, that retracts, so it's not getting in the way. So here's what it looks like when the bidet is actually spraying. You should note that the dial allows for different amounts of pressure. Here's low pressure. And if you need more pressure, it's there. And one more. There's only one more piece of the puzzle, and that's the toilet squares or the toilet paper alternative. I've got two different options for you. One that's pre-made and one that I made myself. The pre-made option came from a maker on Etsy. These are all the same size. You can get them in different colors. These are really easy to use and they're beautiful. This is the example of something that was homemade. It's really just an old towel that was cut into rectangles with the edges sewn to keep them from fraying. So once they've been used, I just throw these into a bin here that's lined with a cotton drawstring bag. So you can really just take this, dump it into the washing machine, and take the whole bag off, throw that in there as well. It's super clean, really easy to do, and something that you can get creative with. Toilet paper. Pretty much everyone I've shared this with has really enjoyed it. I even pushed the limits and have given this as a wedding gift to a couple of friends, and it's an interesting thing because, again, it can be a taboo subject, but most people after trying this can't go back. And in fact, I'm going to show you one tool that I bring with me when I travel, as some people might ask, well, what are you going to do if you're not at home? And there are actually solutions for that as well. This is a travel bidet, and I am a pretty minimalist traveler. Going on a very long trip for months at a time, I might only bring a backpack. But one item that I will not leave home without is this. And so it allows you to fill this with water and then extend this upwards, and you can use it to wash yourself off. And then you can pack it up, and it comes with a drawstring. I'm also going to show you where you can find these. Obviously the amount of pressure and the volume of water is different than when you're using plumbing, but this is a really decent solution for anybody who travels as well. So, in fact, I have a friend from Iran who has never in his life used toilet paper. One thing in life that I always want to learn more about is what are people's inhibitions to trying something. And in this case, I'd be curious what people's inhibitions really are. because I feel like, again, once you try it and you understand how it works, you wouldn't want any other way. Bidet, baby, all day. Spraying butts all day, it's all I do. All right, friends, so your next question is probably, well, how do I know what to buy? Because if you search online, there are a plethora of options available. After the toilet paper scare, these bidets were out of stock. Here we go, the 110, that's where it's at. For the record. So the brand that I have been enjoying quite a bit that we installed in the toilet was Lux Bidet. They've got a couple of different models. In particular, the Lux 110 is one of the most basic and reliable models that I've used. It's very simple, there's very little that can go wrong, and it's very inexpensive. This one's $32.95. This one's called the Neo 120, and it has a second nozzle that allows you to clean that sort of plate that I had shown you. It's a little bit of a gimmick, but it's not much more money. It's $39.95. We've next got this one by Brondell. It's almost the same. It's a different shape. Really here, you're talking about an aesthetic difference, but both of these are really sleek. There's an entirely different style that I'm also going to have links to below. That's a handheld sprayer. This is something that I had seen in Asia, where instead of having a nozzle that's in a fixed position with one sort of dial, this would be a sprayer that's almost like what you might have at a sink in your kitchen. And it allows you to really move the nozzle around anywhere that you need. These could be really helpful for folks who have babies if you're trying to clean after changing a diaper. And then on the upper end of the spectrum, you can get bidets that are integrated into a toilet seat. There's a Japanese brand called Toro, and that's T-O-T-O, and they have a very expensive and pretty highly reviewed toilet attachment that's electronic. And so basically this can not only send water that's tap temperature, it could heat the water, it could dry you with warm air. In my experience, that air smells like warm poop, and I don't recommend it. It has a seat warmer. The seat raises and closes automatically, but really I think it's a waste of your money. So these are just a couple of examples here that you can get on Amazon. I've also heard of another brand. Be very careful now when you search for this, because if you spell it wrong, you're gonna get something that's not safe for work. And don't say that Mr. Kraft sent you there, because I didn't. The brand is called Tushy, and it's spelled T-U-S-H-Y. Again, that's T-U-S-H-Y. I have no affiliation with them, but they make a really beautiful bidet as well. Self-care starts with your butthole. These guys are great. So their bidet is $89 and has like a wooden dial. And you can get it in different colors. Okay, here you go. Here's their marketing push. Save your ass. Give your butt the clean it deserves, alleviating UTIs, hemorrhoids, skid marks, dingleberries, and more. Save your money. Tushy helps you save thousands of dollars over time on toilet paper consumption. Man, I should have just stolen all their copy from the beginning. Save the planet. It takes just 1 pint of water to properly wash with a bidet versus 15 million trees to make toilet paper annually. Save the world. For every Tushy sold, they help fund the build out of clean toilets for the urban and rural poor. They claim that you can install the bidet in 10 minutes. They also have Tushy Travel. Poop happens everywhere. So be prepared with the Tushy Travel. It's a collapsible and expandable bidet. I'm gonna actually buy one now so I can try it out, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. And then they also have an ottoman, and we're gonna be doing a video that's kind of like the 201 toilet series. This is like the 101. And I'm going to get into proper ergonomics of defecation. But anyway, Tushy looks to have some really beautiful stuff. So for any of you who are conscious of design and style, I would say that this is a brand to check out. Again, the spelling is critical here. They're all over the internet. Your grandma's buying them, clean AF, love my tushy. My bum is slick as a whistle. Butt tested, butt approved, astonishing. So people are buying bidets all day, and you can too. Anyway, that's just one brand out there. I'm gonna stop. And lastly, we're going to cover some of the alternatives to the toilet paper. This particular product is called unpaper towels, cloth wipes, cloth napkins. You could search for baby diapers and you'd get here. So I think that this 9" by 4¼ inches is really good. And I would get single ply. For $27.88, you're gonna get 24 of these towels. I would say that if you had 100 of them for a small family, that would be enough. Here's another beautiful option of unpaper towels or cloth wipes. These are all over Etsy and the internet in general. Here's another one. Marley's Monsters reusable cloth wipes. These look fantastic. And here are some that are similar to what I have. They're called fleece liners for cloth diapers. These are going to be really soft. There you have it. So these are, again, ideas. You could also do a DIY approach and make something yourself. So a lot of options, not a major investment, but you're going to have a major upgrade in your quality of life. Booyakasha! So I have a text message here from Emma, who you're going to meet shortly. And it reads, "This morning I experienced a poop sans bidet for the first time in a long while. Wiping is so inferior to washing. So, all caps. We have recently installed a bidet in her house and it's obviously been a game changer for her. I didn't solicit this message. This was nothing that I asked for. This is just a reality. And I noted that I had forgotten to send her off with a travel bidet. I'm gonna bring in Emma here and you're gonna get to meet her and hear about her experiences as someone who really was kind of close to the idea and she thought it was weird or strange and now it's become a part of her life. So let's check that out. Well, good morning and howdy doody. Duty McCrappin McStein pants here, giving the microphone a test.
I went from feeling as if, no, this isn't for me, to trying it and really being turned off, to waiting a long time, trying it again, and finally coming around to, wow, this is great. It has been a total game changer. Initially, when Steve mentioned using the bidet,
It's totally normal, huh?
It's totally normal.
For you.
For me.
I almost thought that the water came from the toilet bowl, that it was not clean water that was being used. And it took some actually examining of the system of the bidet, what it looked like, as well as some explanation in order to get comfortable with that. So the first thing I would say is that it is completely sanitary. The water is not coming from the toilet bowl, but is coming from the same plumbing that our tap water is coming from. I would say that it definitely took some getting used to in order to figure out what was most comfortable for me. The pressure initially was too much, so by just adjusting the pressure very slightly and using and kind of figuring out how best it worked on my body, it was very easy with a couple of experiments to get it right. So for someone who is extremely resistant to this, I would just say that the image I had in my brain initially of this being not sanitary has been completely flipped on its head, and I feel like my personal hygiene is at a much higher level than it was previously, because with toilet paper, I feel like sometimes you can't get everything off. And with the bidet, it's like you're washing your butt every time you take a poop, and it's significantly more sanitary than toilet paper.
So you're thinking, does this thing even work? Oh my God, what's this guy telling me to do? But really, it's the solution. No more dingleberries, no more smearing, no more skid marks. All right, keep those panties clean. So to wrap up here, we'd really love to know, how do you feel about everything that we've talked about? If there's anything that wasn't clear, drop a question in the comments section below. Maybe you've solved some of these problems in your own world and in your home. Let us know what you're doing, if it's something different or complementary. And I really want to express my gratitude to our partners in production of this film. So thank you to Alex and Ander of Floating Home Films in the production and the creation of this piece, and in the last film as well. And also, it's going to help all of us to put more of these films into the ether by just clicking subscribe and giving us a thumbs up. So that'll let other YouTube users know that you like this content, and it'll be helpful to them as well. And finally, if any of the products that we've talked about are of interest to you, I'm going to post links to those below. And any of those that are listed on Amazon are going to be through an affiliate link, which will help support the channel as well. So we really appreciate having you. Again, let us know how you feel in the comments section below. We've got a lot more exciting videos coming in similar and related genres, and we'd really love to have you on board for the ride. So thank you so much for listening. It's been a pleasure, and until the next time, over and out. This is Mr. Kraft saying thanks. Peace. What words should I use? Should I say poop? Number 2, defecation, fecal material? What do people want or not want to hear? That's a real honest question. Scheiße. Apply it, try it, modify it, keep it, throw it away. It's up to you.